Welcome back, everyone, to our Taking Forever tour of the 16 oldest regions of Second Life. Today, we are at the third region of our travel, which is Zoe. And we can take a good look view of Rich behind here. It's actually been a few months since I last took a look here. And there were a couple changes, in the stone circle that we found before is here, but there are some people sitting in it at the moment, which is the first time I've seen people over there, but I'll go ahead and not mess with them. Anyways, I figured it was time for another travel video as we make our way across. Zoe is the last connected one we're going to end up doing here for the next two videos, because there's a bit of a jump across regions where we go to 4 and 5, which is part of the Outlands, or something on those lines. Anyways, we'll do our circling around, I guess, as we usually do. Zoe seems to be not so populated, but there's more to it than Rich did, for sure. There's this anchor thing here, too. No idea what that's about. We can also see the library. I believe that's the Library Tower of Prims, or something along those lines, over next door. That'll also be another region that we go to eventually, I believe. Although that's still a bit off into the future. Maybe we'll get to that one next year. Anyways, I actually liked Zoe quite a bit, because I went over here when I did my Rich video off recording, and I did check this place out, and it does look nice. It's like a forest, there's a shrine here, and it does very much have a very, how would you say, like a more scenic view to the region compared to Daboom or Rich. Speaking of Rich, I think somebody did buy that giant chunk of the region, because I see like a hotel or something over there now. Yeah, that thing over there. Something's definitely over there now. Which it always is interesting to see how the regions change whenever I'm gone for months at a time. The booms change as well, I think, probably. I know it changed when I was around doing Rich, but we can't really see much of the boom anymore from where I'm using my views distance. This will be about as close as we get, since we're right around the border at this point. These trees, I'm not sure if they're just very primmy or something, or if the textures are low quality. I'm trying to grab them to see if I can text refresh them, but I can't quite grab them. They're probably like one of those chunks of tree things that you can get where it's like one prim in like the middle of a bunch of trees, and you just set them down and then you have a bunch of trees there. And one of the things I noticed here, I think, when I was over here doing Rich, was this statue, and I was quite curious about it at the time, so now we finally get a chance to take a look at it, and it seems to be some sort of insectoid statue shooting out little bits of steam and I guess making a small sound. Can't tell if there's something written on that plaque at the bottom or not. There is something, I think, written on it, but I can't actually see it. Like, when I look directly at it, it's just not there. But I think that said Brno, so that may actually be a statue from Brno. Over here we can see a bit of the other regions out there. Ones that we'll probably never go to, unless for whatever reason I decide to do, like, we're gonna do every continent, guys, and that's not gonna happen. You know, I always do love the look of the water. Even though one of the only things that I don't actually put the quality onto is the water. It's simple complexity, I think is for its option in my preferences. Just for whatever reason, I usually only advanced shadows is basically the thing that makes it a bit more laggy and all that. And usually when you double on more stuff, it's not particularly great. Like right now, you can tell I have a bit of a FPS drop, but there's not a whole lot I can actually do about that without taking advanced alt lighting off. But it's never usually too bad to where I can't actually function. This is another statue, but I'm not actually sure what this is. I'm like trying to look. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what am I looking at? It looks like a figure of some sort, but I can't tell what it actually is. And here we have a little like patio out here. Looks. This appears to be a statue of like two people huddled around a flame. That looks pretty much right, unless I'm just sort of thinking that. Actually, I like this patio quite a bit. I have thought about in the past about maybe getting some mainland area for myself, but it's just kind of like, eh. Couple of other regions. So these are like picture books. Yeah, some things of like I know mesh is usually what's mostly used nowadays, but you can do some pretty nice things with prim still. Like this building is probably a bit prim heavy, but it still has a very nice look to it. And there is some sort of building up there that I guess we'll go past. I'm not sure if that's like a shop or if that's like a house or what. Hmm. Nothing in the water, but I did. I look over towards those reeds and, yeah, that was a bit of shadows in the water. Not anything actually in the water. The reeds are like making me lag or something, I don't know. Nothing actually down here. So we'll go ahead and get ashore and check out this building, I guess. So far, whoever owns this area has a pretty nice setup, I have to say. This looks like it might be a house. At the very least, I can check out this outside area. Looks like somebody was painting a picture. And now we just, we add some happy little clouds. Some titanium white. This is either like a house or like some sort of art place, maybe. I'm not sure. Burgers are actually showing up on the grill. Or no, you just simply cooked your burgers too long to the point where they're just gray goo. Some paintings over this way. Yeah, I'm not. I see an upstairs over there, but I'm not sure if that's like. There we go. There's gonna be a lot of text refreshing, I can already tell. Mainland traveling. Let me go ahead and sneak a peek around this house, because I know it looked a lot bigger when I went past it earlier. It's also, the treehouse over from Rich is still over there. Over looming this place right over here. And yeah, this place is actually pretty big, and it looks like it might actually be an art gallery. Like, I see paintings everywhere. I guess we'll take a look inside. Plenty of paintings and statues everywhere. Okay. Another picture book here, though this doesn't tell us where the actual places are. Looks fairly old from what it looks like in the book anyways. Plenty of old-timey things here. Rabcorn, I believe this is, from Brno. At least I'm pretty sure it is. So I think this person is a pretty big Brno fan. Good taste, I have to say. Yeah, definitely a Brno fan. That's at least 3 things. This looks like this is maybe like an older residence or something, and that one's closed, so I'll just leave it alone. I like these lights, these prim lights. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's not rezzed up properly, or maybe it's a bit abstract. Guess that might be the owner of the house. Even if this is a house, this is actually like a treasure trove of artistic stuff, like from the past. This is probably some sort of glove, maybe. I think. Or like a giant cracked bowl or something. I don't know. That one in the middle is really nice. I can't tell if that's actually like... I couldn't tell if that was actually Second Life or real life. That like island picture. I probably would have had to gotten closer to actually see it. And here we are in the little garden. And we have some more Brno stuff here. Let's go ahead and... or not, maybe not. I was going to say I was going to jump over this wall and continue on, but... okay, there we go. I guess there's maybe like invisible prims holding. And onward through Zoe we go, and already we found something else, another interesting thing. It looks like some sort of graveyard scene. Plus maybe some ads? There's a shop or something over here. Kind of a weird spot to have it, but okay. What's this? Let's see. The Free Guide to Free Homing. Squatters of Second Life Handbook. Okay then. There was definitely a time when I first started when I was squatting and stuff like that. But honestly, once you get your own like parcel and you can do whatever you want with it, it's really hard to ever like go back to any sort of like free squatting or like having to worry about open space and people coming along and rezzing random things. Because I still know a couple of people that still do that at like well, I probably won't mention what regions like particular, but there's still regions out there that are basically abandoned and still have prims on and you can use them, but other people will come by and like res up giant things and use up all the prims and whatnot, and it's like I've never really seen a real reason to want to like go back to that and have to worry about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look in here itself. And then immediately the crows start up. This was the whole thing that I always thought about when I came here, like when I started this whole idea, is it's so random what you find on mainland. You go from like a chummy artistic house to like a dreary graveyard, just right back to back. You just don't really see this odd chaos on private islands. You can actually see the crows sitting around and flying around. And there's something down below, too. I'm gonna guess this spot right here that's slightly open is the way down. Or I can not fit. That helps. That doesn't really help either. Well, we can at least zoom down there and see what's going on. But for whatever reason, they made like this pathway that doesn't actually let you go down. That's strange. Like, for whatever reason, the gravestone doesn't open up enough. I'd try the doors, but it looks like they're just teleports, and I already made the rule of not, like, teleporting upwards or to another... They might be either region teleports or they teleport upwards, but... I don't want to try and search the skies for anything. I think I did that on Daboom, though, even though... At the time when I did the Daboom video, I didn't know I was going to make like an actual series out of this and all that, but ever since I was like, I'm not going to be searching the skies of the regions just to find like some weird thing. And because skyboxes are usually like private homes anyway, so it's not really worth the trouble. And we found a moat. I think at this point we're also making our way towards the other side of the region at this point. But, found a moat and, like, some ruins of a place. Let's go ahead if I can see if I can make this running leap and make it to the other side. Just barely. Ooh, that light change all of a sudden. I thought it was a wind light change at first, but I think that's probably just the region changing light. Yeah, we're diagonally on the other side of where we started at this point. So Zoe is not particularly, like, very compact and stuff. The center is more forest than anything, and you can actually see the shrine that we were at before on the other side of the region, basically. And this looks like it's either somebody started building something here, and it's relatively new, or somebody decided to leave and they didn't link their prims properly, so they lost the foundation and part of the entryway. So it's like this weird It's like this weird ruin or something. Guess we'll just take these stairs and go up to this top area, though it doesn't go very far. Yeah, it's pretty odd. But let's go ahead and continue on. It looks like we're getting towards someone's residence because I see like giant keep out signs over here. So we'll probably only check out the outside and stay away from the actual buildings. I think we're still on the region if we go down there. Yeah, we are, I think. Looks like there's people over where we're heading to, so hopefully that doesn't cause any problems. Nice little port area with the shark and the Seven Seas thing. I see these Seven Sea things everywhere. They're like some sort of Second Life game that people like to do, but I've never tried it. Not even once, and I've been here for 8 years. Maybe I'll try it someday. I don't know. Just I never think about it when I never see one of those kiosks. This looks like it might be a radio of some sort. It's not playing, but it's not text refreshing either, which is kind of weird. Yeah, it is a radio. It's not doing anything. In any case, we have this really nice boat here, which I think is like the first thing we've seen that's probably not Prim's. I don't think that's Prim's. It's like maybe a sculpt, maybe? Phil's shed. And wow, I'm getting a lot of group beeps here. I thought I'd gotten them all before I started recording, and here's another keep out thing over here that's some sort of like room, I guess. Go ahead and check out this outside area, and I'm losing frame rates bad. They really don't want anybody to go in these buildings, do they? And this region over to the right of us is one that we're not actually going to because it's not actually part of our list. As I said, like I was saying before, is that I guess these regions, there's like 2 regions or 3 that were added in after the fact of this map that I have, and so they're actually newer. And the one that we're going to next is a bit of a ways away, and it's part of like I think like a 4 region area called the Outlands or something like that. Yeah, I guess we'll head back here. It's a nice little garden area. The web sack on the tree isn't helping though. That didn't help. That didn't help matters either. I guess it'll take time for it to come back to its mushroom form. I see a giant skybox over there has like a giant ad on it. It's like it dominates the entire scene over there. I can't even tell if it's like over in this region or not. Bunch of farmland animals here. If I can text refresh them all. There we go. Got some cows, some sheeps, calf. These trees look nice, blowing. Donkey over there. Some goats. Piggy. It's all your basic farmland animals here. Let's go ahead and move out of that foresty area. For some reason, I'm having like the biggest issue frame rate wise, like right in that forest area. Giant leopard. And another boat that I guess you can sit in. This one might be actually movable. And this might be another room here. We'll just go ahead and take a look at the kitty that's sitting up there, I think. This little area looks like it might be like a bar or something. I don't know. It's the only area that I don't see like giant red keep out signs all over. So I guess maybe it might be safe to look at. It also has like see-through glass windows, so it's not like I'm not seeing anything that I wouldn't see if I walked in. This definitely isn't a bar like I originally thought. This is like... I don't know what this is. I guess a lounge. Uh... Plenty of other people in that other region. There's always like people over in that region with the Prim Tower. I mean, that's mostly because it's pretty much a sandbox, I think. Some random trinkets in a petite bed. And we'll just continue on outside of that area now. Looks like that giant skybox is over by the Library of Prims, or Power Prims. I forget what exactly the name of it is. I know it's like it's like basically like a mainland landmark or something along those lines, from what I've been told. We actually have like a bridge here. That's not something I usually see. Right along the edge of the region, too. Okay, that's cool. It's an actual functional bridge that goes up and down, and it does it pretty smoothly too. It's the little things in life. Looks like we have another building here over on the edge of the region. We're actually getting fairly close to being done with it already, since the center is mostly just forest. Um, this looks like it's actually just a private home. And so we'll just go ahead and not daily here and head on out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but from over on this side, we can see over and to the other region that we'll eventually get to. um, that has that Prim Tower, Library Tower, whatever it is. And it's like the... I can barely move. I see another boat over that way. It looks like a yacht. But that's like probably... I think this is probably this region over here is probably like the most trafficked region we'll end up going to, so that's going to be fun. But yeah, I think we're wrapping up on Zoe here. Overall, overall it wasn't too big of a region with all it had, though I think I actually like the way it's laid out, with how it's like mostly forest in the middle, and then you have these little dots of stuff around. And then you have this shrine that's over here that's like peeking out the distance or wherever you are in the region. And probably off the region too for quite a bit. And we're on top of something here. I don't know what this is. I didn't even notice that green area was there before. Oh, there's something down here. Ah, it's a shrine. Tower Library of Prims, that's what it is. So this was the creator, and or they, or yes, he, passed away not too long ago. About half a year ago, it seems. And there's quite a bit of stuff laid out here, so we'll go ahead and just zoom in a bit and go over it, I guess. I'm trying to text refresh all these pictures that are blurry at the moment. The rest of this looks like it's fine, though. Plenty of stuff has been laid out here. Honestly, I had no idea this was here. You didn't even see it. I didn't even see it from just walking around the region at all. It was built straight into the ground. You can definitely, I I don't know anything about this person, but you can definitely tell they were loved. Beyond that, we're mostly bumping into the other region's border here, and we're actually up towards that little ring thing that we saw at the beginning. So that pretty much means we're wrapped up with Zoe here. The cat. Cat's not quite rezzing up right now. Guess there's some sort of contraption down there. Looks like this might be just like a little sitting area here, right, to look over at the sandbox, maybe. But in any case, we have now gone full circle, and that is it for Zoe. I hope you enjoyed my travel through this region. And we'll be hitting up the first half of the Outlands in the next two regions. And I hope to see you. And I hope to see you again. So, take one last look at the regions around us, and I'll go ahead and close up the video.